Hello beautiful people, welcome back once again to my channel. I'm so excited to have you back, and I'm excited to be here today to give you this very exciting opportunity. So if it's your first time of seeing my face, my name is Janet, and here on this channel I share with you different relocation opportunities, be it through the study or the work route. So on a daily basis I come out here to share this information with you. So if you don't want to miss out on all of this, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Also turn on the post notification so you are aware whenever I drop a new video. I also have a Telegram channel where I notify people when I drop new videos. You would want to also join that channel. Alright, so today, as you can see from the title of this video, I have another exciting opportunity for you to relocate to Australia. So if Australia has been, your country of choice, this is your video. Alright, even without a job offer, you can move to Australia. So as you know, I always share my screen with you to show you, step by step. So I will share my screen with you now. We'll go through it, the kind of visa it is, the requirement, the eligibility criteria, and every other thing you need to know, for you to kickstart your relocation process. Thank you so much for always sharing my video. I see that you're really sharing my video. I can see people watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for the messages you've been sending me. Thank you for the emails. I'm still trying to respond to all. I'll take my time to respond. Please keep your questions coming in. All right, so very soon as well you'll be able to book a one-on-one consultation with me. So I'm working on that, where I can assist you with maybe for your job applications or for your study applications. I can guide you, I can mentor you, guide you step by step on how you can submit your applications to different schools, as well as job opportunities. All right, you also have the opportunity to book a CV review with me. I'll work on all of these things and put them on all my videos, the links to the booking in all my videos, so you can always just book and then we'll take it from there. So just watch out. Once I have all those things active, I will let you know. All right, so not to waste time, let's share my screen and then we'll start with the video of today. Please make sure you also give this video a like. If you have not liked it yet and you are still watching, please give this video a like. God bless you as you do so. All right, so I'm sharing my screen. Just give me a few minutes to do that. I apologize for the blackout. I apologize for that. I think it's the network. Let me just see what's going on. I'm still here. I'm just trying to see what's wrong. Yeah, I think my screen is up now. I'm sorry for the blackout. I'm very sorry about that. So let's go ahead and continue with this video. I think my screen is up now. So as you can see, this is the official site for the government of Australia, the Home Affairs of Australia. As you can see, the kind of visa we'll be talking about is the skilled independent visa, which is the subclass 189. I hope you are seeing that on my screen. That's the kind of visa I would like to talk to you about today. So we'll go through the overview about the visa, the eligibility, the step by step, and when you have this visa. So we'll just go through it briefly, but please, as you know, I will leave this link in my description box. Always go and click on the link and also read. All right, read and follow the step by step guide I'm going to give you, and please submit your profile to this government, to the Australian government, so that you can be considered for this visa to move to Australia, to live and work permanently. All right, can you see on the screen? This visa lets invited workers with skills we need to live and work permanently anywhere in Australia. So that is what, you know, this, so I'm very sorry about the blackout again. So this is what this particular visa is all about. So moving on, and let's go a little bit down, looking at the overview. Can you say, it says stay, you'll be staying permanently. This visa allows you to stay permanently, and the cost is 4,765, you know, AUD. So let me just let you know that this cost doesn't come when you are submitting your profile initially. It's when you are invited, just like the Canadian government too, through the express entry. It's when you are invited to apply, that's when you pay. All right. So, and the processing times, for indication of processing times for this visa, use the visa processing time guide. You can click on this to check the processing time. All right. With this visa, you can work and study anywhere in Australia, sponsor eligible relatives or permanent residents. If eligible, then you become an Australian citizen. All right, this is what this visa offers you, which is very, very exciting. Also, you must have an occupation on the relevant skilled occupation list. All right, you know, it's a skilled worker visa you'll be getting. So please make sure that your occupation is on this list. If it's not there, then you are not eligible to apply for this, to be considered for this visa. So please click here, and you see my cursor to your right, it says skilled occupation list. Please check if your occupation is here before you start this process, to be sure that you will be considered. Because if your occupation is not listed here, then you are not, you know, needed in Australia. They're only looking for this particular skill. All right, maybe if you have enough time, I will still click on this to check the list we have. So you also have to have a suitable skills assessment for the occupation. Also be invited to apply for this visa. All right, like I told you, when you are invited to apply, this is the amount you will pay. Once you are invited to apply for this visa, they say, okay, we need your skill. Yes, you have you've completed the assessment, you passed, you know, then they will invite you to apply. So at the point of your submission, you have to pay this amount. All right, then satisfy the point test. All right, so help with your visa, that one is also, you can take your time to read through all of this. So this is just the process, which is number one, you check your occupation. Like I said, if it's on the occupation list, all right, you must have 65 points. All right, so I will show you a place where you can check for your points. After you've checked the occupation, you calculate your points. So if you have 65 points and above, then you are eligible to apply for this visa. Then once that is done, you go ahead and submit an expression of interest in skill set. I will show you the link where you can submit your expression of interest. All right, once you already know, okay, I have this, I'm eligible, you know, number one, check, you know you are eligible already, then you go ahead and submit your expression of interest. Then you wait for invitation to apply for visa. This is just similar to the Canadian style, using the express entry as well. So you wait for invitation to apply. Then after that, you gather your document. Once you have been notified to apply for this visa, you gather your document immediately. All right, and you apply. You have to apply within 60 days of invitation. If you don't apply within that 60 days, you will forfeit this opportunity. You will forfeit it. I hope that is clear. So moving on, let's just go ahead. Let's read about the eligibility. All right, so have this visa. Okay, you can take your time to read through it. We don't really have to spend more time here, because only if you are in Australia already and you want to get this visa, then please click here and read. So if you are in Australia, you need to have at least one of these visas, because before you can be qualified to, you know, to be invited to apply for this skilled work visa. I hope that is clear. If you're in Australia, please read this part. So I will close it. Let's go to be invited. All right, you can only apply for this visa if they invite you. So if they don't invite you, you cannot apply. So click here and see before you apply. All right, read this. Let me just click on it so we can read together. It's still loading. Let's just give it time to load. All right, so here we are. So it's a skilled nominated visa. Like I told you, this is what you need to to follow the step by step. We have like this is like 5 steps here. 5 steps. Before you apply, you must submit an expression of interest through skill set to let us know you want to apply for this visa. Remember, you have to check your occupation to be sure it's part of the list first. Once it is there and you have calculated your points, please click on you know how we got here, right? Just click here and then you will see from step 1 before you apply, this skill set is clickable. Click here and you submit your expression of interest here. I hope that is clear. Submit your expression of interest here. Then once you are invited to apply, you have to provide your documents. You will need to provide documents to support your claims. Everything you have said you have here, when you were submitting your expression of interest, you have to back it up with your documents here. Can you see that? Let me just click on this and see if it will show those documents. All right, these are identity documents. Can you see your ID, your passport? If you are married, relationship documents, character document, that's a police clearance. This is the character document. Competent English document. You have to have written IELTS or TOEFL. Don't worry, we will get to where you will see the English language types of exams you can write to qualify for this particular pathway. All right, so if you are married, your partner has to have his or her own document as well. Then your dependents under 18 years, all right, maybe your children, okay, you provide them. If they are over 18 years, you also provide their documents. You can see all these places. Just click on see how to know those documents you will provide for them. If you have dependents under 18 or over 18, all this list that you can see how. And you see my cursor is clickable. Just read and see how. All right, then skills assessment document, see how as well, because you need to be assessed based on your skills that you have on the occupation you are currently in. You need to be assessed to click see how that can be done. All right, then expression of interest document, see how as well. Tell us you are getting help, prepare your document and so on and so forth. So that's after you have been invited to submit your documents. Then once you have all those documents, then you apply for the visa. So when you have your invitation, you can apply online. You can be in or outside Australia. Did you see that? And then you have 60 days from the date of your invitation to apply for the visa. Please do not waste time once you are invited to apply. All right, so after you apply, they will let you know when they have received your application. All right, if you are granted a bridging visa, you will receive notification of your visa grant. All right, so the visa outcome, you can be in or outside Australia when we decide your visa application, but not in immigration clearance. All right, don't be in the state where you need to be cleared. Maybe we are in a particular situation. All right, you are not waiting for any clearance. Be legit. Let your stay, whether you are in Australia or not in Australia, let your stay be clear. I hope that is clear. You can click. This is clickable. This immigration clearance is clickable. Click on it and understand what it means. All right, I don't want this video to be long, so we will let you know our decision in writing. They will send you an email if they grant your visa. All right, your visa grant number will be there. The date your visa will start will be there. Your visa condition, if applicable, it will be there. So you have to keep a copy of that decision. All right, make sure you keep it. Then if they refuse your visa as well, they will tell you why they refuse it, whether you have the rights to review the decision. All right, so if you submit fake documents, that's basically what used to cause visa denial. Like I used to tell people that are close to me, there's no reason why they would deny you, because once you submit your expression of interest, you calculated your points and they saw that you qualified. That's why they invited you. You said you have all those things they requested from you when you were submitting your expression of interest. So it's when you get to that documentation stage that most people fuck up. Most people forfeit their chance because they will go and provide fake documents. So that's why I always speak with people. Please make sure the documents you are providing are legit. Do not fake anything. If you have not written your IELTS or your any English language already, or you don't have work experience in a particular skill, and you go and lie when you are filling out the expression of interest form, it will come out when it's time to provide your documents. They would know, they will figure it out. Remember, they are bringing you without a job offer, and they are bringing you to come and live permanently with your family, with your dependents. So they will do proper investigation. Don't think they are fools. You cannot fool them. So if you are sincere right from the expression of interest, from the calculating of your point, as we saw, then when it's time to submit documents, you will be relaxed because yes, you have not lied. I hope that is clear. So you have no reason, they have no reason to deny you if you are sincere. Please be straightforward. Provide straightforward documents. Don't lie. If you do that, I guarantee you, there's no stopping you from getting your visa. I can assure you of that. So let's go back. We click on this particular link. So I want us to go back so we can continue. All right. So this is where we already talked about being invited. Then have a suitable skill set. All right. For your application to be valid, you must declare that you have a suitable skill assessment at the time of invitation. Can you see that? So this skills assessment is clickable. Let me click it. So let's just go through it briefly, because you have to be able to declare. All right. Skill assessment. This is how it is when you get here. All right. Skills assessment are issued by relevant skills assessing authorities. A skills assessing authority is an organization that check that your skill meets the standard they set to work in relevant occupation. Okay, so the combined list of eligible skilled occupation. Okay, let's just look at the authorities here. Let's look at it briefly. Don't worry, we'll still go back. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. I just want to give you a step by step so that there will be no confusion and the questions will be limited. All right, so these are the assessing authorities. All right, which means if you are an architect, you need to email these people, AACA, to get your assessment. You need to confirm that yes, your skill has been assessed and you are qualified to work in that occupation. All right, please email these people. Okay, if you are into architect accreditation, you email them. These are the email address. Speak to them. Australian Association of Social Workers. If you're a social worker, email these people. So please come to this link. Look out for your occupation. They've written them there. For education, children's education and care. All right, you need to be accredited by these people. You need to be accredited by them. Send them an email. Click here. This place is clickable. All these links are clickable. Click on it and send them a message. All right, for physical scientists, computer society, community workers, dental council limited, we have so many quantity surveyors, teaching and school leadership. All right, see, the list is long. Please just come here, check for your skill. All right, check for your skill and be sure you have the required confirmation. Let them give you an evidence to show that yes, your skill has been assessed and you are qualified to work in this particular occupation. I hope that is clear. Please make sure you do that. I can't go through all of them one by one for you because I don't even know which occupation you are currently working in. All right, if it's too long for you, please search here because there are 43 items. If you cannot see your skill here, that means you are not required to prove anything. Just search here and make sure that you do the needed do what is needed for you to be accredited or for you to be granted the authority or the authority to work in that particular skill or occupation. So let's go back. We've checked the assessing authority. Then, like we said, check out and then let them issue you your assessing document to be sure that you have the authority to work in that occupation you are currently working in. So this is the combined list of eligible skilled occupation. Let's just look at the occupations that they need in Australia currently. My screen is still loading. All right, these are the skilled occupation lists, all right, that they currently need. These are the removed occupation list. So for skilled occupation list, can you see them down here? Can you see? These are the occupation section. This is the kind of visa they are qualified for. All right, these are the assessing authority. This list is even very comprehensive. All right, so once you are ready, please just come here straight. It will show you your occupation and the assessing authority. All right, once you just click on them, it will take you to how you can get your assessment to be sure that you can work in this occupation, because you need this assessment. Don't forget when they ask you to submit your documents. All right, so for this particular occupation, for earth worker, you need to be assessed by these people to be sure your occupation is good to go. All right, for accommodation, hospital and hospitality managers, you need to be assessed by these people. Don't forget that these are the occupation that are on the list of people they are looking for in Australia. Don't forget that. So it's a whole long list. Accountants, all right, you need to be assessed by these people. Accountants, I'm scrolling down. I'm sorry, that was fast, but you can take your time. Click on the description link. This link is there. You will see it there. Just click on it and take your time to read through them. If you're an actor, they are looking for actors, dancers, other entertainers. Don't forget that you have to be assessed. Click and make sure you are assessed, because they will ask you for this document when they ask you to come and apply for your visa. All right, actuary, acupuncturist, all right, advertising manager. There's a whole list. See, can you see that it's still a long way down? It's still a long way down. So please make sure that you find your occupation. You can search. There's a search. Yes, see, you can search here. Just click here and search. You don't need to select visa. Just search for your occupation. It will bring it out for you. I hope that is clear. All right, so moving on, let's just go back. Let's go back and continue with the eligibility section. We're looking at I think we are done with this. Yes, we are already done with this. These are the different type of visa, but don't worry, I've already told you the kind of visa that we are looking at. Just give me a moment. My screen is loading. Yes, we are here. So let's look at I think we've finished this now. Yes, have a suitable skill set assessment. So you already know how to go about assessing your skill. I've showed you. All right. So let's look at the age. You must be aged under 45 when we invite you to apply for the visa. You can still apply for the visa if you turn 45 after we invite you. Can you see? So you must be under 45 years. But once you, like the second option say, you can still apply even after maybe today now they invited you to apply for the visa, and tomorrow you are turning 45. You can still go ahead and apply because your invitation came in before you were 45. So you can even be 40. It's not 46 yet. You must be under 45. All right. So if they gave you the invitation today and you turn 45 tomorrow, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and submit everything. You already got your invitation before you were 45. All right. If you turn, number 3 says, if you turn 45 after you submit your EOI, but before we invite you to apply, you will not be invited. That's the only issue now. So after you submitted your expression of interest, all right, and you now turn 45 before they invite you to apply, they will not consider you. So make sure you calculate very well. All right, make sure you are not close to 45. All right, so let's close that and let's move to the score. So like I told you, you need 65 points before you can be contacted to apply. They will invite you, via email. This is a point-based visa. I want to believe that my screen is still very much up. I want to believe that. Yes. So like you see on my screen, it's a point-based, point-tested visa. They will invite you based on points. So you need to get a very good point, at least 65 points. So when you submit your expression of interest, I showed you where you can submit already. Don't forget that. It's a skill set, site. I can also leave it in the description box. That will be number 2 link. I will leave this particular website link as well as the skill set link. I can also leave the point calculator link too. So it will be 3 link I will leave in the description box. So first, what you need to do is click on the point calculation, calculate your point to be sure you have 65 and above. Then now secondly, go and click on the expression of interest link and submit your profile. All right. So then the third link is this one. You can just read through everything that we've been reading through to be digest it and be aware of what next to do when you are invited, and also to get your skill assessed. Remember the different bodies, authorities that need to assess them. Check for your occupation and do the needful before they invite you. You have 60 days. Don't go and wait till they invite you before you start assessing your occupation. Please do it as soon as you submit your expression of interest profile. So once you have 65 points, through this calculator, I will leave this link also in the description box. Go ahead and submit your expression of interest. All right, let's close that. And then here, have this level of English. All right, let's look at the English requirement. What exam is required of you? Let's look at it briefly. Competent English. So we have at home or online test. At home or online test, as you can see on my screen. So let's look at the type of tests you are required to write. Okay, so can you see TOEFL? So there's home edition, there's OET, home edition as well. There's PTE, academic online, IELTS online. There's general and academic. So if you have either general or academic IELTS, you are good to go. And then an IELTS indicator. Home Affairs does not accept any at home or online test for Australia immigration purposes. All right. So let's read this again. Some test providers offer alternative versions of their tests that you can take at home or online, such as this that we have read. And okay, it now says Home Affairs does not accept any at home or online test for Australian immigration purposes. The department accepts scores from approved tests undertaken at secure test centers. Please take note of that. Nobody, how will you even be doing English test in your home? Will British government come to your house to conduct the test for you? Take note, read this information very well. Make sure that, if you want to write IELTS, the British website is there for you to go. This is a secure test center. All right? They are approved. The British Council is approved for this. If you go for TOEFL too, you will see they are approved. Go online and look for them. Don't go and be doing, English test in your house. It's not done. There will be an approved center, like a guarded, secured one, like IELTS, when they want to do it. I've done it before as well. It's a secured one. Invigilators everywhere. Everywhere is secured. No cheating, no, it's very strict. So they have told you here that they do not allow at home test. They will not consider you. If you go and say, yes, I wrote the English test in my house, you are you are on your own. The test accepts, test from secure test centers. I've written IELTS and I can say yes, IELTS from the original British Council. Yes, that's the one I used, and it is qualified for this particular application. So the tests accepted by the department are listed in the table below. So if you have questions, always contact the test provider. So let's read here. So now this here now, can you see the first point here says that if you have this particular passport, all right, if you have this particular passport that I've just highlighted for you that you can see on my screen, then you don't need to prove that you can speak English. You don't need an English language evidence. All right. If you have UK passport, US passport, Canada passport, New Zealand passport, Republic of Ireland passport, Britain, okay, this one is not there. So those ones I've listed, you don't need to prove that you can speak English. Please, if you have those passports, you are free from proving that you can speak English. But if you are, British national overseas, they are not acceptable. You cannot say, you have to prove, provide evidence of your English competency. All right. Number 2 says you have an obtained one of the following English language tests. So that's for number 2. Those of you that don't have this passport, then you need to have one of these. All right. You should have taken one of these. So can you see the IELTS? That's number 1. You must score at least 6 for each of the 4 components. We have listening, reading, writing, speaking. At least score 6 for each of them. For each. He didn't say band though. He said each. Please ask me questions if you are not clear. I'm here to answer every question. So this is number 2. TOEFL is there. There's Pearson test. All right. Look at the score here. If you don't score this particular score, you are not qualified. Read here to your right. You can see the score, the test, and the score. Read it very well. There's also the Cambridge C1 advanced test. All right. These are the score. So that's what you need for your English language. You can take your time to read all of this, but that's what I want to show you from the English language, requirement. Let's go back. We have to round up this video. It's taking too long now. So we are here already. So meet the skill set. Like, you already know how to do that. You would have checked your occupation and be sure you are needed and calculated your points. All right. Meet health requirements. You and your family who apply for the visa, you must meet our health requirements. Please click here to be sure you meet the health requirements. All right, I won't be able to do that. Our time is fast spent. Then meet our character requirements. No record of being arrested or criminal activities. That's what it just means. You and your family members who apply for the visa must meet our character requirements. Please read here to read what is required of you. All right. Then have paid back your debt to the Australian government. So if you are already in Australia and you have a debt to the government, you must have paid your debt. All right. If you don't pay, they will not consider you. Then, and so on and so forth. So not have had a visa cancelled or previous application refused. So make sure that you have not previously been refused visa, or your visa was cancelled due to immigration that was not, let me be fake. I'm looking for the right word. It just escaped my mind now. Maybe illegal. Yes, illegal immigration. Make sure of that. So when you are done reading all the eligibility criteria and you've submitted, your profile, calculated your point, and so on, then you can as well relax and be praying that they will invite you to submit your documents or apply for the visa. As you can see here from the previous page, these are everything you need to know. I will leave the link to this, expression of interest sites where you can submit. That's what I've promised. I will leave the link to calculate your points, the points calculator, the skill set site where you submit your expression of interest, and also this particular site, this Australian, site. I will leave it in the description box as well, so you can read for yourself, to be to know that yes, this is from the Home Affairs in Australia, not JNet, that have compiled this list or all this information. So that's all I came to share with you today. This is the last place where it says when you have this visa, then coming to Australia. If you are outside Australia, when the visa is granted, you must enter Australia before a date that will specify on your visa. So they will tell you the date you should enter. Make sure you enter at that date. All right. Take your time to read through all of these things. All right. Take your time, before you leave. Check your travel documents. They will tell you everything. So this is a very exciting opportunity, guys. Don't miss out on it. If you are interested in moving to Australia, just like Canada, they have a very exciting pathway as well. So this is a skilled independent visa, which is points tested stream. Just score 65 and above, and you are good to go. I promise you. So I hope you are excited about this opportunity. Please do well to go and do the right thing as soon as possible. Calculate your points, submit your expression of interest, and start gathering your document, like your skill assessment documents, your IELTS, that start compiling all those lists, and then be prayerful that God, let them invite me to apply, because you already know that once you submit your profile, that means you are qualified. Because if you are not qualified already, maybe you have 60 points, then you are not qualified to apply, to submit your interest, expression of interest. But if you are able to, that means you are qualified. What you need to do next is start praying, God, let it be fast, let it be quick, let it be seamless. Just put it in prayer. There's nothing God cannot do. And I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. That's all I came to bring to you today. Tomorrow I'll be coming again with a very exciting opportunity. You don't want to miss out. Please subscribe, turn on your post notification, and I will see you tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you so much for staying till this time. God bless you. Bye.